No, the first Mo stated this morning is, I met with Mr. Sanderson, Mr. Page, and Mr. Winsett multiple times, discussing everything. No formal meeting. I don't want this. I don't want any of this. But I met with him the last meeting we had, and I invited Mr. Cochran. I did not know Ms. Williams, but I invited Mr. Cochran because he was friends with Mr. Devers. He was not able to attend that Thursday meeting we had.
She told me around 9 to 10, you could
Yeah.
get to 12.
That's right. And so Scott Hunt was in attendance. Barbara Cooper was via the phone, mobile phone. I presented them this option because at the time, the city financials, Mr. Sanderson, Mr. Winsett, Mr. Page, the city wasn't able to do anything. When we found out the information from Ms. Cooper that our village was lower than anybody in the county, I requested to them.
We ought to be proud of that.
Yeah. Yes, we ought to be proud of that. But we are backing up because of that in some ways. But I requested by Mr. Page to come present that, what I presented at the first council meeting. I asked that request, and not Mr. Page. That was it. That's all I asked. And all we asked for was a vote of the people. We weren't forcing or demanding nothing. But I was giving no
You're
other.
upset because you wasn't going to get it.
No, I'm not upset we're not going to get it.
But why do you go for the highest?
That's not
10 mils. 10 mils is about the highest you can get.
10 mils is all you get. The highest maximum is 7.5.
But now, Miss,
But the highest you can ask is 7.5, so you can actually do it 15.
some that you said a while ago, according to the Revenue Commission, is not so.
Why you
The Revenue Commission told me, the Revenue Commissioner told me that they could pass a tax on just land, no assets. She told me that, and I don't know if that's so or not, but that's her job.
Scott Hunt, I talked to Barbara Cooper this morning. She's vacationing today, or she'd be here tonight. I've spoken to her multiple times each week.
Because she told me they could have revised the FAR tax and just paid it on property.
I also want to let everyone know, too, that Mr. Williams made up a good point when he done his presentation about NTN. I went and met with NTN, Mark Hankins, the HR manager. He's from Hampton, doesn't live here anymore. I don't think it's fair, and I meant to say that tonight. It's not fair. I wish there's a way we could cap the property tax. There's not a right or wrong in anything, and I'm not demanding anything, Mr. Rogers. I want you to know that I'm not demanding anything.
where do you come up with the 10 mil on the commercial?
That's the law.
If you do
It doubles. Personal's 5, and the business is double every time. That's Mr. Cooper not here. That's fact.
If I can clarify one thing, when he says what he says about how some people are going to suffer from this more in the sense that they pay more than other people, is that the way taxes are set up in this area, you don't pay on what the property actually sells for, what you actually purchase it for. You pay what it's appraisal for. I've got properties that I couldn't sell for $25,000 if my life depended on it. They're appraised at 60 or 70 because that's what they're worth in Birmingham. And I can speak. I feel like I have a leg to stand on both sides of the argument because I have 3 children that are about to go into school. But I'm also a self-started business owner that took out a loan, started buying rental properties, and almost 100% of my income comes from the property that I manage and the houses that I rent. I can name 10 people off the top of my head that would have to move out if I raise my rent. And I've already done the math. 10 meals, I can't even afford to feed my kids with another 10%.
It's 10 meals on a rental property too. It's not commercial property, it's rental property.
It's business. Anything business.
It's
rental commercial. That's right. Rental commercial. And nothing but personal is fine.
But what I'm saying is,
It can be a rental house and be 10%.
Correct.
Yes.
The only thing that's 5% is a residential house that somebody lives in.
Correct. Yes, sir.
well, my next point on that too, and I'm sure I apologize if I'm repeating things that have been repeated in previous meetings. I looked on the Alabama survey. There's 7,500 people, according to the Alabama survey, that live in this city. Only like 4,300 of us even own over an acre of land. I mean, then you go down to people who own multiple properties that rent out properties. I mean, you're looking at, by the time you actually do the math of the number of people in the county versus the number of people who are actually paying the majority of this tax, less than 25% of the county is paying 80% of this tax. And I would like to say on a completely separate note, I feel like a lot of people, you especially, have been misrepresented by Facebook. This whole entire ordeal has been destroyed on Facebook. I have seen names of people I didn't even know lived in this city talking trash. But just like he said, I'm ashamed. I've lived all over the East Coast and all out in the Midwest, and I'm ashamed to have to see, the first time I see my town on big news is people who are saying, have you seen how bad they're making fun of Hamilton on Facebook? because we can't even get along over a tax in a council meeting. And I'd say for anybody who sees this recording that didn't bother to come down to this meeting and badmouth this gentleman or any of these people on this bench, shame on you for even opening your mouth if you didn't have the guts to come down here and be a part of your city.
Amen.
I mean, it's embarrassing to see the people. We had, 2,000 people show up from Hamilton and voted this last election. We've got 6,000 on Facebook bashing our council, bashing our mayor, bashing landowners and teachers, and it's people that grew up in this society and ought to know better. I mean, I served in the military for 4 years, and all I ever heard is from some little Mayberry town in the middle of nowhere. And there's nothing about what I've seen in the last few weeks in my town that looks anything like Mayberry. We look like a bunch of idiots, and God forgive me. I mean, we do. We look like a bunch of idiots that can't even get along long enough to talk about a subject that should matter, because we care about our kids. I care about them. Like I said, I got 3 of them that are about to enter the school system. But what's being proposed, I literally can't pay without putting some of my tenants out of the home. And I don't care. I wouldn't care at all to bring my taxes down here and prove it in front of the council if anybody has anything they disagree on that. I mean, I literally could not afford the tax and stay in business. And I came home to this town. I mean, I had offers in plenty of other towns. I wanted to come back because I love this community. I love the people. I grew up with almost every single person in this room other than a handful of you. And it is hard, and I'm sure you can attest to it because I've seen you. I'm pointing out to you because I've seen your name a few times on Facebook in this issue. And I know you have to have felt it harder than anybody because you brought it up. It's become very personal. I've not even voiced my opinion other than once online. I've been confronted in my own business and on the street at Walmart, jumped on because I must be against it because I'm a landowner. We've got to come together as a city and find a way to take care of our kids, but also take care of our community. Because the fact of the matter is we're going to have to do something, but we're going to have to do something we can all survive.
And I'll say something since we're having a kumbaya moment here and everybody's coming together. I've been in business since '86 here. And our problem is not as difficult as we're talking making it kind of sound. I personally think raising sales tax would be kind of a kiss of death right now because we're finally building this momentum with retail sales. If y'all probably seen revenues going up the last year and a half, probably. I know ours has after being dead on the vine for about 15 years and wondering if we're going to keep the doors open. But if y'all want to see some progress in what y'all's dollars are doing, go look at Tupelo High School at that football stadium they've got out there.